Penticton has a federally owned airport about 10 minutes away from downtown, and we are using it like a small town. One flight time change could unlock Vancouver connections, bring business builders here, and put us on the map. Guys, this here is Penticton's airport, YYF, and it's owned and operated by Transport Canada. If Penticton wants more families, more founders, more serious employers, we need easier air travel. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you the exact bottleneck, what Kelowna did differently, and a practical city-level fix that we could implement fast without pretending that we're going to get international flights tomorrow. Hey guys, my name is Jordan West, former BC ambulance paramedic turned business builder. I've started 8 brands, 2 agencies, a software company, blah, 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 whatever. I live in Penticton. This is the best city in the world, and I am obsessed with making it better for all of us. Let's go. Guys, YYF is the definition of a hidden gem. Short lines, cheap parking. You can be from your house to the gate in like 10 minutes. It's crazy. I just did it the other day and it was like the greatest experience. Here's the thesis though. Penticton is, and if you build it, they will come airport city. And I'm going to explain why and some of the different things that we can do in this video today. But we have to build the right things, connections and reliability, not just wish for more flights. All right. Let me talk to you about something here. I have flown Pacific Coastal a little bit recently, full flights, like packed flights every single time. And I talked to Pacific Coastal and they said, yeah, we're basically full every single flight. But the problem isn't like, can we get to Vancouver? It's actually great. The problem is you land at YVR South Terminal, which is nice if you're just going to Vancouver. But if you're doing serious business, you're not going to Vancouver to hang out. You're connecting to Toronto, Calgary. I mean, I guess we do have the Calgary flight, which always seems to be full as well. Going to Seattle, going down to, I go to LA a lot, Austin, all of these big hubs where people want to connect, San Fran, all of these places where things happen. And yes, there's a courtesy shuttle, maybe every 30 minutes or so, but it's just one more step and one more uncertainty that can break tight connections. And here's the crazy thing. The fix is actually surprisingly simple. It's about first flight timing. So look at the public schedule guidelines. Penticton to Vancouver is there, but it's not built for any kind of business connection. Example, there's a mid-morning departure. I actually took it the other day. It's fine for leisure, totally great for leisure. In fact, I'm like trying to plan trips for my kids, like with each individual kid. I was like, oh, it'd be so fun. But you want the first flight out so you can hit that first bank of connections at the main terminal. And that is just absolutely impossible right now. If we can leave Penticton early and touch YVR early, we can be in another city before lunch. And that is how founders and business builders live. That is what I am proposing here and what I am trying to get out into the ether, City Hall. And I know what you're going to say, like, oh, we can't do anything about it because it's Transport Canada. Not true. Not true. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit of what we can actually do. This is the crazy part. We already have this massive advantage, and that is proximity. We just don't have the right departure times. And I'm even talking about right now. I'm specifically talking about Pacific Coastal, but Air Canada, WestJet, yes, I'm going to be getting to you very soon as well. Now, let's compare Kelowna. Kelowna International is doing over 2.1 million passengers. That's record territory. They've got dozens of nonstops, hundreds of connections through partners. The point is not to be Kelowna. Guys, I do not want to be Kelowna. Every time I go to Kelowna, I'm like, I'm so glad to be a Pentictonite or whatever we call ourselves. The point is flight frequency changes a city's gravity, and I have seen it. When I go to Kelowna, I'm working with serious business people who think of Penticton as this backwater sort of place where nobody can come and do business. The problem with that is, guys, is then we don't have good jobs, right? We don't have good jobs. And if we don't have good jobs, we can't attract good people. There's a chicken and egg amongst this. And more frequency means that you can do last minute travel. It means that businesses stop fearing like, what if I can't get out tomorrow? And that's when entrepreneurs would start moving. And I will tell you, I've talked to friends of mine and told them like, hey, you should come move up here. And they're like, well, I can't really do those. Like there's no flights. Like, what am I going to do? So, Let's talk about this here. YYF being owned and operated by Transport Canada is a double-edged sword. It means that the city's hands are tied on certain operational decisions. Now, a lot of cities, I don't know if you guys know this, and I, through some research, was doing this. A lot of cities actually own their own airport, which is really, really great. So they can do a lot of different things with it. The problem right now is that we cannot make decisions as a city on operational means, but it does not mean that we are powerless. So here's some of the city level levers that are totally real. Number one is a clear air service strategy and business case. And in City Hall, I know you guys have been working on this, but it has to come faster. It really has to come faster. Number two is marketing partnerships with carriers and the region. So that's something else that we can absolutely do. We can get all of these different tourism boards together because that's incredibly important to be able to make the case. All right, and I kind of have a crazy idea that I actually think would be a great idea, and I think I'm hoping that you guys all get on board with this. Ground transportation solutions that make the airport actually usable. And then a revenue guarantee style program done carefully, transparently with regional partners. So I think that this is a very interesting idea that we could actually do. And City Hall, don't tell me you can't do this. We could do anything. We can really do anything. The more time in business that I'm in, the more that I just question every single thing, which is why I don't think that I would ever work in the city because it's so hard. Things move so slowly. And I get it, guys. I get it. You have a lot of different people and checks and balances that you have to go to. I'm not used to working in a slow sort of environment like that, but my job here in Penticton is to really help us actually raise the ceiling of what we think is possible to make our city even better, but still stay Penticton. That's the big thing. If you guys have watched any of my previous videos, we don't want to be Kelowna. That's not what we want to be. We want to continue to be Penticton. Here's the second half. International is not the debate. So I looked into this. I was like, I wonder if we could have like daily San Francisco flights or a daily Seattle flight. Oh man, that would be incredible. Is it not doable? I know I just said anything's possible. Absolutely, it's doable. The problem is then you have to have CBSA here, and it just becomes a bit of a bigger sort of thing. But the Penticton to Kelowna airport is about an hour's drive, maybe a little bit more like that. And if you've ever Ubered it, you know that it can hurt. The other day I came back from Kelowna and I paid $250 one way. I know you guys are thinking like, you're crazy, but like, that's what I did. So here's an idea that is totally doable and something that like, guys, take this and share this with everybody that you know at City Hall, because I think that this could actually work. I'm going to go through all of the numbers here. But here is the doable idea. It's a city-backed YYF to YLW shuttle. Penticton Airport to Kelowna Airport, running on a predictable schedule. Let me do the cost model just in case you guys are like, this is crazy. So Transit's operating cost per service hour benchmark is about $159.58 per service hour from the research that I was able to do. That is in their latest annual report. So assume a one-way shuttle is about 1.25 to 1.5 service hours, right? Drive, load, buffer, all of that. It's about $200 to $240 one way, or $400 to $480 round trip and direct operating costs. Now, we choose our service level. So here's the MVP, right? Minimum viable product. Here's what I think is like super founder friendly. So 6 round trips a day, right? Timed 2 flight banks. So what that's going to cost us is anywhere between $900,000 and about $1 million a year. Now, medium is 10 round trips a day. That's $1.5 to $1.8 million a year. Here's the aggressive hourly one that I want. That's quickly needling multiple vehicles and needing multiple vehicle needling. That's in the $2 million plus territory. I know that sounds like a lot until you compare it to the economic upside of even a handful of relocating businesses, plus tourism spend, plus making it easier for locals to travel. I know we all kind of think about ourselves, right, as locals, but like what I'm thinking about here is this greater idea of people being able to stay in Penticton. They're like, oh yeah, sweet, I'm just going to take the shuttle to YYF. To YLW, to Kelowna, let's just say Kelowna. So imagine a founder living in Penticton, they can't miss the investor meeting because the only option is a $250 Uber or a sketchy timing situation. And I understand, like people have multiple cars, they could do that as well. I actually don't think that is the option. I love the idea of this shuttle that anybody can go and use, and is this hourly shuttle that's going. So let's talk about this here. This transportation idea is not new. Big transportations have always reshaped Penticton. When the Hope Princeton Highway opened in 1949, it changed the game. Suddenly, the coast connection was real. And what I really believe is that air is the modern version of that story. Now, I'm going to go a little bit kind of crazy on you guys here for a second. I also think that we are within about 5 years right now from having serious air travel with air taxis, which I think is going to be absolutely incredible. The whole flying air concept, flying car concept, which is incredible. And I think is going to be something within about the next 5 years, something I'm actually looking into in the next sort of business venture, just because I think it's the coolest thing ever to be able to just take these little shuttles and fly over. Now, we're not there yet. So this is the really big thing here. So if I was ranking the moves, here is the play. Number one, fix the business connection flight time. So flights for early out and late back flights that connect, right? So this is what would make YYF usable for serious work travel and would actually bring people here. So let's make WestJet's Vancouver service just the beginning, not the headline. Now, if I see any comments down there that are like, well, WestJet just said they were. You didn't watch till the end. I know you didn't. So it's good, right? WestJet's announced the Vancouver routes starting in May 15th, 2026, 5 days a week in the summer. That's good. That's great. Now we have to push for what matters. Frequency, timing, and season extension. And mayor and council, you guys can do it. I know you can. I know that you guys have the influence to be able to do that. And to me, this is a massive, massive constraint in Penticton and people moving up here and businesses moving up here and serious tech and AI and all of these things moving up here is this. This is a massive thing. So let's talk about number 3 is the launch the Penticton to Kelowna Airport shuttle pilot. So start with the pilot. Timed with morning departures and evening arrivals. Track ridership, adjust, then expand. And I'm not saying that we should do this for free. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't necessarily have to be a free thing. But let's try and make it a sort of net neutral type of idea. I think that this is interesting. Anyway, let's just remember, this is the first loop, the one flight time that matters. It is the first flight out that hits the first connection bank, and that is the unlock. So here is the simple next step. Penticton needs a clear air access plan, connections and reliability, and ground transport, and we should treat it like economic infrastructure, not a nice to have. All right, guys, if you want more videos like this, real local problems with real local solutions, hit like and subscribe. And I have to say, it is so nice. For those of you guys who have been watching these videos and you come up to me at events, I'm recording this right after Frostfest and seeing multiple people that are like, Jordan, I love your videos. What I actually mean to ask is hey, what else do you care about? What else do you want to know about? Here, go ahead and drop a comment and just let me know, what else do you guys want in this city, right? What else matters to you? For me, guys, I am doing this because I love Penticton. I mean, one of my big inspirations here is that I have 4 kids and I see my 12-year-old right now and I think to myself, oh man, in 6 years, she is gone. There is no economic viability for her here in town. And that scares me. And I don't think that this is where we should be as a city. And I don't think that we should be okay with this as a city. And it starts with transportation. I really do believe that this starts with transportation. In business, I'm always thinking about constraint, right? Constraint theory, where we're like, okay, what is the one constraint that we need to open up here? And I really believe that air travel is a massive, massive part of that. I'm really excited for Penticton. I'm really excited for what is ahead this year. There's a big election. There's going to be a lot of people, I'm sure, coming to me to talk about their platforms. If you guys want to hear about that, let me know. Again, I only have so much time. For those of you guys who reach out to me and send me 7 trillion messages, I cannot get back to all of them, though I want to as much as possible. I will see you guys on the next one. And thank you, everyone who comes here and listens. And Penticton's amazing. There's some incredible people out here. And I don't think that we realize how incredible of a city we live in and just how amazing you all are. And I'm honored to be a part of this city. So thanks, guys.